It's a dopamine reset too, right? Where we're removing that constant hit, that constant drip throughout the day of the food, and particularly what kind of food you're having is going to certainly give you more dopamine hits and then drop you below baseline quicker
Yep.
than others, particularly highly processed food and ultra processed carbs. And that resets the same system triggered again by porn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I was just having a conversation in a coaching call earlier today about the frustration of I know who I want to be, and I still experience this tension or contention in me with to just give it up, like to just stop trying to become that, and to be consumed by in this case acting out sexually because it is immediately gratifying.
yeah,
Right. And delayed gratification, my training ground for the concept of delayed gratification goes back to my mother when I was a child. Those were words I heard often.
yeah,
Right. There was a certain kind of tenor and conversation around, but I never learned how to deeply integrate that into my manhood of how delayed gratification can be incredibly rewarding to me as a person, but like rewarding to my dopamine system, like you said. That learning to even look forward to fasting is something that's happened not just in my spirit or in my mind, but in my physical brain. That I've experienced the benefits of it, the benefit of both the experience when I'm in it, of what it's doing to my body, mind, and spirit, and then the reward of what life is like after it. How much better I am at responding to other painful stimulus, other discomforts, other challenges that come up. Like, oh my gosh, what I couldn't do a year ago, all of a sudden I have the capacity to handle, right? And there's no other way to get there but to go through it at seasons of time that, like you said, provide that dopamine reset, that provide you the opportunity to delay your gratification for something. And ultimately, any addiction or any craving that we have, anything that we're consistently like this, what we've been talking about, this abundance culture that we live in where we're never hungry, ultimately is us choosing willfully, consciously or subconsciously for the pleasure now and the consequences later, versus flipping that and saying, you know what, I will choose the consequences now for the reward later.
right.
Right. And if I understand the better I understand the reward of later, the more likely I am to willfully choose the consequences of the hunger today. Right.
Right.
Which to a degree has to do with mindset, which I 1000% agree with, which I think is why I found this book so helpful, is because it lays the foundation for what are the real benefits. And I'd like to talk about that a little bit now, because
Yep.
I do think that matters. Like, if I deeply understand the benefit of fasting, it makes me want it more. And if it makes me want it more, it's more likely that it'll become a part of my life. So I'd love if you'd lay out some of the benefits, body, mind, and spirit, of fasting, so that we can more deeply consider that and put that out to maybe you listening have tremendous amounts of resistance.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
you think it'll hurt more, it'll do more harm than it will good
Yeah.
for who you are and the life you have and the responsibilities, et cetera, et cetera. And maybe some of that will shift in this
Yeah.
section of the conversation.